Welcome, ladies. Welcome to this preparation for the Coaching to Millions online retreat. We are so excited to have you here. Me, that means the team of Fatima Omar. So it's also Fariha Khan, who is with me here, and Shia Mos. We are all from Team Fatima. And we set up this preparation onboarding call so you can be really prepared in an awesome way for the Coaching to Millions, which is starting on Friday. But we really wanted to give you a good start, a head start, so you're well prepared. And we are even gonna be doing some work on the second part of this call. So make sure that you have a pen and paper ready with you. If not, you can still go get one, because we don't want to just be talking here, but we want to create results with you. So this is the exact model on how we created the 76K in 10 days. Because I know most of you are here because you saw that post somewhere and you want to also do the same. So make sure, like I said, take notes, because it's the exact same system. Fatima is going to be pulling back the curtain, and we are all embarking on this journey together. So fasten your seatbelt and make sure you get everything ready. So a couple of housekeeping here. If you can turn on your camera, that would be great, so we can also see you. It will be more interactive. And one thing that we found, that the ladies who are really interacting with us during the workshop, they are with us in Messenger, DMing us, doing their homework, showing up on the calls, turning on their cameras, they get the results, right? So, and also another thing I would like to request from you, if possible, that if your screen name here on Zoom is different than your Facebook name, if you could please change that. There's like 3 dots in top of your video. You can click on that and change your name so we can know who you are, because Fariha, Shyam, and I, we already have been in the DMs in Messenger with you, and it's always much better if the name matches to that person, right? Okay, so another thing, if you are in a hurry and you really feel like, oh man, I saw that post, I want to get to this 76K really fast, and you want to get on a call with Fatima right now, then just let your community manager know about it, and then you can bump in the front of the line and get on a call with Fatima like tomorrow or something like this. So, okay, so let's make sure that you have a pen and paper ready. And like I said, we're gonna be doing some work in part 2 of this call. But before we get started, I just wanna make sure that you ladies, you all know Fatima by now. Hopefully you saw some videos of her. And we just wanna make sure that you also know us, the community managers. So we're just gonna quickly introduce ourselves. So I'm just going to start because I'm speaking already here. So my name is Janine. Maybe you hear it from my accent. English isn't my first language. So I was born and raised in Switzerland, and that's where I live again here. And I do have 4 kids, triplets, all boys. So they are 13 and 7 years old. I'm homeschooling. I really love nature, going to the mountains, doing outdoor stuff with the kids as much as I can. I'm married, and and I have been on Team Fatima for over a year now, and I just love everything like with personal development and all that wonderful things. Okay, so I want to hand it over to Fariha. If you want to go ahead, please, and introduce yourself.
Hi, hello everyone. So nice to have you on this call. I'm Fariha. I'm also one of the community managers, and I'm the director of content creation and the accountability advisor in the Million Stars Academy. I live in Malaysia. I have 3 children, and I've been with Fatima for almost a year now. And it's been a lovely journey where I've met so many amazing women, and I've been part of so many wonderful things that have been happening in the tribe, and it's so nice to have you all here.
Thank you, Fariha. Shyam, please go ahead.
Sure. So everybody, I am Sham, and I'm also one of the community managers, as well as an accountability advisor with Fatima, and director of sales training inside of the Million Stars Academy. Yes, I am from South Africa, and I also have 4 kids, all girls. They're not triplets. I actually had 4, one at a time. So yes, they keep me busy. We love the outdoors as well. It's girls, so there's always a lot happening, and I'm really fortunate that I've got, I think every mother thinks their kids are amazing, and I definitely think that mine are as well. So I've got a great friendship and bond with them, and I really enjoy watching them grow. And being inside of the coaching world, coming from corporate, it's given me that opportunity to really not miss out on any more milestones, and that is the one thing that I value the most from being my own boss and having my own business. And I look forward to meeting all of you ladies and having communications and connections with you. I am sure that you've all, need to check your DMs, because I'm sure that all of us has also already reached out to you as well. So I hope you enjoy the training.
Thank you so much, Shyam. Awesome. And welcome to all the ladies who just joined now. If you can turn on your camera, that would be awesome. And if you can change your screen name to the name that we know you from the Facebook group. And it's so wonderful to have you all here. Make sure that you have a pen and paper ready, because now we're gonna introduce to you a little bit more what is a community manager, what are we here for, and what do we do? Because I think we are one of the, not many groups who do have community managers. And I think it's an amazing thing to have. So because we actually are here to support you, especially during the workshop that we are having. So you get all your questions answered, and we are on your side. So like if you have anything, maybe you don't know about time zones, because all the workshop times are in Eastern Standard Time, and maybe you're in another part of the world, just let us know. Maybe you get confused with that. Switzerland just changed the time last weekend, and Toronto is going to change time this weekend. So we are, just having had some confusion about it. So if there's anything like this, just let us know. Like if you're looking for the workbook, maybe you're not getting the emails from Fatima with the updates or whatever it is, we are here for you. Or if you're having any challenges like finding the Zoom link, we are on your side, and we are here to help you. That's what we do. And I'm sure Shyam and Fariha can, agree on this totally. We are really here because we love to support women, and we love to see you getting the results. And so one of the things already, we all have sent you a DM. Each one of us has a different alphabets in the tribe. If you don't know who is your community manager, let us know here on Zoom in the comments, or if also you're watching the replay later on inside of the Facebook group, just ask the question there, who is my community manager? And we will be there to help you and sort you out about all of this. Also, when you're registered for the launch, we will also be tagging you, because we're going to be meeting on Zoom, but we're also going to be streaming on Facebook. So if you miss any of the Zoom sessions, they will be actually available inside of the group for you to watch the replay. So we will also be tagging you in the post so you can find them. And sometimes you get so many notifications, that happens as well. Then just send your community manager a message, and we can send you also the link to the replay. So because Facebook sometimes gets crazy, or whatever happens, or life gets crazy, and we don't want you to miss out on anything. Then also make sure, as I already said, each of you should have a message from us in your messenger. So if you didn't see that, just check your messenger. Actually, the easiest thing, if you're inside of the Facebook group and you see the profile of your community manager, then you can go to her profile and click on message, and that way that message should pop up, right? And as well, we noticed that in the past, the people who really communicate with their community manager, who ask questions when they have a questions, who are not shy to say, hey, I don't know this, how does this work? Or maybe you find in your homework, you're not really sure how to do this. Just communicate with us. We are truly here to support you. And that's also the ladies who really communicate with us in the messages, or also are really, you know, in the group when the workshop is happening and Fatima is doing her training. You are actually putting comments here on Zoom, or later on when you're watching the replay, you are really engaged. That's where you learn the most, because if you're only listening to a training, most of it you will forget it very soon again. So, but if you are engaged and you type out maybe the thing that was really an aha moment for you, then it will actually stick in your brain, right? So it's very important that you are engaged. And that's another thing, because if you're very engaged and you're doing your homework and everything, there are also prizes to win. So that's another thing each one of us is looking out for. So if the person who is the most engaged, who posts the most comments, who is posting, I will talk about this a little bit later, posting a selfie with the workbook and whatever we tell you to do, then these people, you know, will be eligible for prizes. And guess what? We are meeting every day with Fatima. And then if we see one of you who really stands out from the crowd, we'll tell Fatima, oh, look, this lady, she's doing all her homework. She is really engaged. And then we will tell her maybe, you know, we should choose her for a prize. So that's another really good thing that could be happening for you. So that's what the community manager is here for. And really, we are rooting for you that you get the most out of this launch, so you can create the same thing like we did, and get more money into the door and help more ladies as well, and the people you are serving. Because if women get money, you know, they will not only help themselves and their family, they can also give more money to charity and whatever you like to do in your life. Okay, so that was the part about community managers, and I want to hand it over to Fariha right now.
Yeah, thank you, Janine. So I'm going to talk about the workbook. So the workbook will be sent out to you via the email. So if you do not get the workbook, what you can do is you have the community managers, just click on our names and the message tab, and you can message us and ask for the workbook. Now, what is this workbook about? This workbook is a beautifully created book for you, and which is designed with lots of love and consideration, especially for this workshop. It carries all the timings, the dates, and the names of each and every session for the retreat. Another very nice thing about this workbook is that it contains all the regal tasks. Now, regal tasks are like, you can call it a homework, you can call it a royal task, but remember, it's nothing like the homework we did in school where you were reprimanded for not finishing it. It is something, it's like your takeaway from the workshop. So when you get the workbook via the email, or you have asked your community manager for it, just print the workbook. That's exactly what I do every single time. I print it, I keep it with me. I go through the workbook because it just warms up and makes me excited for all the sessions that are going to happen. And I also go through the regal tasks. Now, before a session, I again read a regal task, what it's about, so that when I'm through the session, I can answer the question and I can formulate the answer, and I can think of how it applies to me and what I can say about myself. So while going through the sessions, it's important that you know what the regal task is. And afterwards, you can just write the answer there. You can make all your notes there. So you don't need another extra paper or anything else. All you need is a pencil and your workbook, and be ready, because there's a lot of learning there, and you can write whatever points you need to write so that you can use them over time, and you can so that you don't miss out on any of the points. And afterwards, when the session is over, you can go to the homework post and write your answer in the Female Millionaire Coaching and Publishing Mastery group on Facebook. And one more thing that I would like to add about this workbook is that we would love to see your happy faces with this workbook. So what we have been doing and what the most successful participants have been doing is that they print the workbook and then they take their picture and they post it in the group. And it is so exciting and so nice to see all of you in with the workbook. So over time, we have seen that people who participate and who print the workbook and use it as a blueprint from the retreat get the maximum out of the retreat, and they're on the top of the game, and they have the maximum takeaway from the workshop. So this is one thing that you want to do. And I would hand over to Shyam now.
Yes, thanks, Faria. So yes, my part is to do with preparation, for yourself. I love to be prepared for any workshop. So I'm going to be talking about self-care and then how to prepare yourself for the workshop. So for me, it starts with the first thing I do is make sure that my family is taken care of, because I don't want distractions. I want to be able to be so focused in this workshop that I don't miss out on anything. And what I love about going through all of this workshop is that every time you really listen, you learn something new, and that is why it's very exciting. So I make sure that my kids are sorted, my husband's sorted, everybody's happy, and they're going to leave me alone for an hour at least so that I can enjoy myself. And this is my self-care, because I am learning, and that is important for me, my self-care. And then, you also just want to make sure that you have snacks handy. I love to have my coffee. I love drinking coffee, so I have coffee and water so that I don't have to get up or think, oh, I could use a drink of water or anything like that, because that's one of the distractions as well. So I make sure that I am hydrated. I've got some snacks if I do want to have any snacks. I've always got my notepad taking notes, and I always make sure that, because it's different hours, I make sure that if it's going to be late at night for me, that I have a nap before the time as well, so that it doesn't make me, so that I'm alert and catching everything. And if I do need, to put extra reminders, I do that. I schedule all of the times for the calls, all the times are the same. So lucky for you, if you just schedule that for all 3 days, then you know that you are sorted, and you're not going to miss anything. And I like to be on the call or be ready, 10 to 15 minutes, have everything ready so that I can, when we start, be relaxed. I don't feel like I'm rushing to get to my seat just before it starts, so that I can be there, when everything starts, relaxed and in a great state of mind. So that is some of the things that I feel is important. And then, for mindset, I love, and I always say that, come with an open mindset to learn, because we all are, we coaches, we've got businesses of our own. So we've got a lot of things happening. We've got a lot of information that we already have and we know. And what I like to do is come with an open mind to learn something new. So even if it's something that, I've heard before, I'm going to try and find what is the new thing I can take away from that. And because every time you hear something, even if it's the same thing over and over, you get something new out of it. So I want to be alert enough to be able to catch all of those things that I didn't learn before or didn't know of before. And then, like Janine says, turn on your video. We love, love, love interaction. We love, seeing the faces and putting the faces behind the names. We've been in DMs perhaps with you. So we love making that extra connections and having participation from everybody. And make sure that you diarize those dates. Make sure that you have your workbook sorted, you have your snacks sorted, your kids are taken care of, and that you are in a quiet place where you can really just focus on what is being taught. And last but not least, have fun. This is an amazing experience. I've been through this so many times. I remember my first experience, which was just over a year ago, Janine, I think. Yeah, just over a year ago was my first experience. And so it was a phenomenal experience. It changed my life. Look where I am today. Not only I have my own business, but I'm part of this phenomenal team. So it was a life-changing experience for me, just having gone through that process and taking away whatever I could to upskill myself. So enjoy, have fun, be interactive, and really just come with an open mind to learn. I think that's my last point, Trina. Thanks, Jenny.
Awesome, Shyam. Thank you. And I think that was back in July last year when we had
Yeah, that's
the first launch. Yeah, absolutely. That was amazing. So thank you so much for all of that. And I just want to also talk a little bit about the schedule. So you might have already seen it on the emails from Fatima, where she talks about the schedule. Just I want to make sure that we are all on the same page. So we are actually, Fatima is going to be doing the first session on this Friday, the 5th of November at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. So I had a couple of ladies in the DMs who actually told me, oh, I cannot be here in the morning. And then I realized they are in South Africa or in Australia. And I told them, no, this is another time for you. So make sure the times that are on Fatima's email or that we are mentioning, it's all Eastern Standard Time. So for example, 12 noon will be, I think in the UK, it's 5 p.m. or something like this, but go check it out. Again, you can go to a website like Time Zone Converter. You put in the time for Toronto, and then you put your own time zone and you will figure out the time. And also, so we have Friday at 12 noon Eastern, and we have Saturday at 12 noon Eastern, and Sunday as well. And make sure, because as I already mentioned before, Toronto is changing the time from Saturday to Sunday. So if you are not in Eastern Standard Time, time will, be a different timing for you on Sunday. So it will actually be normally 1 hour later. So like for myself, I'm in Switzerland. Friday and Saturday, it will be at 5 p.m. for me, and Sunday it will be at 6 p.m. So if you can go check out on Time Zone Converter, and if you're still confused, man, we all can get confused, then just message any of us, your community manager, and we will get you sorted out. We just want to make sure that you can be on live on the session, because that's where it's the most fun, it's the most engaged, and just the energy is great. And it's always good to be there. So the sessions are going to be about 1 hour long. So make sure that for that time, you, as Shyam already mentioned, that your family is taken care of and everything. And set alarms. So make sure set an alarm so you don't miss a session. Like me, sometimes I sign up for something. I did that last Saturday, and then suddenly I realized I missed it because I didn't set an alarm. So make sure you set an alarm on your phone. It's very easy, 10 minutes early, so you can be there and really be focused on the session. Okay, Fariha, Shyam, did we miss anything? You want to add something about this part?
I think we've covered everything, but if there is any questions from the ladies, they can always DM us for anything that you are unsure of, Zoom link or anything. If we've been in the DMs with you, just ask us what you need, or if you don't know who we are or who your community manager is, just send a message in this chat, and we'll make sure that you get sorted out right away.
Exactly. Thank you, Shyam. And I just see a question here, meaning how many hours per day per session. So the session is about 1 hour. And then also make sure that you add some time to that, because there is going to be a homework for each session, so that you got enough time also to fill in that homework, right? And what else? Somebody said also there is an app called Time Buddy. So if you want to use that on your phone, that might be good as well. Thank you so much, Mary, for mentioning that. Exactly. And Manya says, I hadn't received the links through the email yet. So the workbook actually will get sent out tomorrow. So if you didn't get your workbook yet, that should be sent out tomorrow. And if you didn't get that by then, just message your community manager or put the comment on any of the posts here in the group, and we will make sure that we sort you out so all of you have the workbook until then. Shyam?
Yeah, I just also wanted to add that they need to make sure that they are registered, because I realized that they might be on the call and they haven't registered yet. If they haven't, they need to register also to be in the email link sequence. So you want to do that so that you can get the email with the workbook and the Zoom links as well.
Absolutely. And once you registered, make sure that you get an email, and then you actually need to confirm that you registered. So make sure you click on that link. If you don't see that email, look in your spam, in your trash or promotions folder, and then you should be getting the emails. Okay, great. So if there's, Fariha, you have something to add?
Yeah, so I wanted to say that if you haven't still joined the group on Facebook, which is the Millionaire Coaching and Publishing Mastery, then you must join the group, because for the royal tasks, the homework, you should be part of the group because you will be posting your homework over there. So it's very important that you join the group. And if you still haven't and you still are in contact with the community manager, you can ask us, we can send you the link to join the group, or you can search on Facebook and you'll find the group there. So do join us over there as well.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you so much, Faria, for this. And if there is any other questions, just post them here in the chat or on the Facebook if you're watching this on the replay, and let us know what else you need to know. Okay, ladies, let's get into part 2 of this call, and make sure that you have pen and paper ready so you can actually start the work for this workshop. So the first thing we want to look at, there are always some things when you start something new, is that you actually have some things that you can decide to leave behind because they don't longer serve you, right? So there's always some things that you say, okay, this is just like a big stone on my back, and if actually I release that stone, it will be so much easier to move forward. So we have a question for you. So that question is, what 3 things will you leave behind? And we decided actually that we're just gonna share each one of us our top thing. And also during that time, please write down your 3 things, what you are going to leave behind. And I'm just gonna start with the sharing for myself. It was before I started to work with Fatima, I would always put myself last. And that was a really, really important thing for me to learn. So I really, since then, I stopped putting myself last. That has helped me move forward so much faster. Okay, Shyam, what are you going to leave behind, or what has helped you the most leaving it behind?
I think the one thing that I always leave behind, being in numerous workshops as well, is that whatever I think I know, I leave that behind when I start a new workshop, because I want to be open to learning new things. So the only way I can learn new things is if I, come from a place of really, hunger to learn and to hear what am I hearing newly in this message, and how can I use that to empower myself. So that is what I like to leave behind, is whatever I think I knew, that's going to be at the door, and I'm now a clean slate wanting to absorb everything again.
That's awesome. Thank you, Shyam. And for you, Faria? What would you
for me,
behind?
I would leave behind all the worries and all the things that I've been carrying with myself for a while. And because I want to be in a space where we're creating coaching to millions. So I will come with a millionaire mindset, because by coaching to millions, we're going to make millions. So it's time to just forget all the things that we've learned in the past and come with an open mind to learn great things, to learn new things, to accept and absorb. So this is the time to really change, because a huge transformation is going to be felt. And so I would just leave behind all of the negativities and all of the things that are stopping me to become a millionaire, and just come with an open mind and to absorb as much as I can and to change as much as I can in this workshop.
That's so great. Thank you, Faria. So ladies, we want to also keep this call interactive. So if any of you feels like she want to share right here, right now, just put up your hand like this or with the reactions, and you could also share in the comments here, or if you're watching the replay on Facebook, we would love to hear from you what you will be leaving behind. Just gonna give you a second if you're still writing down or thinking to share here on the call. Linda, please go ahead.
Hello. Yes, I'm totally stepping out of my comfort zone, yeah. Do you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Good. So I think the biggest thing that I want to leave behind, and I did a lot of self-healing around that, is not feeling good enough. Not feeling being good enough. That is huge for me. And I think that is connected with lacking self-belief, lacking the belief of that I can be successful. And the third thing is the guilt for everything that went wrong in my life. Wrong, quote unquote. Like, yeah, looking back to the past, basically. I think that is also a thing to be left behind.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for the courage to sharing, Linda. Thank you. And Faria, do you want to share with us? Please unmute.
So can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so actually what Linda spoke, so I just feel everything that is like connecting with me. But despite I want to share that change really scares me. So when I see something changing in my life, I freak out and I overthink. So I just want to leave behind change which scares me, and my overthinking, I procrastinate, I'm unable to move forward because of this mindset that I cannot succeed in that, in anything new. I always pull myself back thinking that I will not be able to do it successfully because I think I lack that self-belief and I overthink and all that. So I want to get rid of that, and it's very difficult for me to so I cannot prove myself that I am worthy enough. So how can I prove to other people that I am worthy enough? So this is the main, that self-doubt, that thing is what I want to leave behind. Yeah, thank you.
That's a wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Faria. Awesome. That's some great things to leave behind. Awesome. And I see some people here sharing in the chat. Rizwana says, don't we all overthink? Human nature to self-doubt. Sending you much love, Fariha. Yeah, Wahida says, I feel the same as Linda, need to boost my confidence in myself. Manicha, I hope I'm not butchering your name. She says, I would leave behind pessimism, limited mindset, and worry from judgment. Oh, I'm happy. Good to hear that. Okay, let's move. Fatima, you want to share as well? Sorry.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Hi. The three things I would leave behind, the first one is procrastination, because I've got all these ideas in my head, but it never comes to fruition because, other things step in and think, oh, I'll put that aside, or I think I'm just scared to go forward. And of course, the doubt that I won't succeed, and then putting myself last and, considering everyone else before myself. So basically, those are the three things, and I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. We are excited as well that you're here. Thank you so much for sharing, Fatima. Helena, you want to share as well?
Oh, hi. It's nice to be here. It's my first time, so I appreciate all the work and the contribution everybody is doing. For me, it's what I'm leaving behind is procrastination about not accepting the success or not accepting the abundance, because sometimes the abundance knocks on our doors, on my doors, and it's like I don't accept sometimes, and it's in conscience, because when we don't accept, when the money comes in or the things come in, we're going to find a way to spend the money fast. So we can, my ego can say, okay, it was not meant to be on your bank account. So that's what I'm leaving behind, big time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, Helena. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies, for sharing. Okay, Haliba, yeah. Awesome. So let's move ahead in this call. Thank you also for all the comments coming through. Sometimes I'm not that fast in reading it all and thinking about the next thing we're going to be talking about. So just let's move ahead. So the next question is about what 3 things must you do to prepare for the next few days? And so write that question down. You can start thinking about it already. And as with the last one, I just want each one of us community managers share what's the most important thing for us. And then also, if you like, you can share again in the chat or also put your hand up and unmute yourself. So for myself, it's actually having 4 boys and being a busy mom and everything. I really like to plan ahead with the food. I'm thinking to, cook healthy, but still like make it easy. So I'm not gonna be cooking the most, time consuming meals. So I make sure during these times I have food ready, and also that I have food ready for myself, and especially water always ready to drink. So that's the thing I am preparing for that time. So Xian, what is the thing that is the most important for you?
For myself, I like to know that I'm going to be in a quiet space, that, like I shared earlier, I have my snacks and that I am going to be, have no distractions, so I can really be fully present in whatever is going on, the interactions and really just the teachings. So that is one of the things, the main things that I take from this is, be prepared for it, make sure that, like I said, you've sorted the family out, you've sorted a quiet space, and that you can, have an hour to yourself and really just be there to absorb.
Awesome, thank you. What is the thing that you are preparing for you?
Oh, Janine, what I'm going to do is that although for me, the time is quite different because 12 noon Eastern Standard Time is 12 midnight over here. But because we're on the retreat, so I've decided to order in food at night. So I will give a treat to my children. And by the time the workshop starts, my children have slept. But for myself, I'll make sure that I take a very heavy dose of coffee so that I'm awake. And I still have alarms on my phone, because by chance, if I fall asleep, so I have an alarm that would wake me up. And so these are the things that I'm preparing. And for sure, tomorrow I'll print the workbook with me. I'll keep that handy because I want to make sure that I have some important notes to carry with me and that I can look at afterwards. So these are the things that I'm going to prepare for.
Awesome, thank you, Fariha. So the question was, what 3 things must you do to prepare for the next few days? And if any of you ladies want to share with us right now, then please go ahead. Rizwana, you have your hand up. Please unmute.
Sure. So what I'm doing in the next 3 days is I am building out some systems. I'm a real estate agent in 2 states, and I am looking to help agents across the country. We're in 50 states, Canada, and over 18 countries. So I'm looking to kind of set the system so I can refer business out to them and, and just really help them thrive. So I built out the course already. I am in the midst right now of recording the video so then I can just send it out to them and then I can see who watches what. And then I am in the midst right now, because I'm doing, the heavy work right now on the videos and stuff like that. We are eating out this week. I'm not cooking this week at all. So that kind of saves me some time on, that part. Because, you ladies know cooking takes a lot of time sometimes. So, and preparing food and things like that. So, and then I'm getting on some calls with influencers just to see, what they need help with and things like that and how we can collaborate. Because, building an empire, you never do it alone. I mean, if you look at the history of empires that were built. They didn't do it by themselves. So that is what I'm preparing for in the next few days. And then this came up on my timeline. I'm like, oh, maybe this might align with what I'm trying to do. So here I am with you guys today.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing with Swona. Make sure if you didn't register yet on the link for the actual retreat, then we can put it again here in the chat so you can register and you will get all the email updates for that. Linda, you want to share again with us what you are going to be preparing?
Yes, I am like, I need to be, I need to get comfortable with the uncomfortable, right? So,
Yes.
so the more I can practice, the better. So, the three things is like, I am in the European time zone. So it will be around dinner time. And we always eat at 5. So the first thing that I need to do is ask the people that live here in this house if we can please eat an hour earlier. And because we're always eating together. And let me see. And I also need to notify them that I can't be disturbed during the workshop, and that I bring enough water, writing materials, and workbook so that I have everything to my disposal in this amazing workshop. So, or retreat, sorry, retreat.
Yes, awesome. Thank you so much, Linda. These are great things to prepare for the workshop. And I saw some comments here. Robin says, printing workbook, taking some time to walk in nature and ground myself so that I am fully present at the trainings and come with a winning mind. Yes, awesome, awesome. I just see Pam asking question, will the recording be available for us to replay? Yes, it will, for a limited time though. So make sure if you miss any of the sessions, then that you watch it as soon as possible, because they build up on each other. So if you miss session 1, it's better to watch it before we are live with session 2, right? As much as you can, but they are available in the group, actually in the guides section, right? If you are on top of the group, there is a section called guides. You click on that and you will find the replays in there. And if with everything, if you can't find it, just message your community manager and she will help you with that. Okay, let's see some other comments here. Wahida said it's the timing for her, it's 9 p.m. here. My 3 things: print the workbook, water and snack, do grounding to get my mind focused. Awesome, awesome. Meditation, great, Linda. Okay. Sue H say, do all my work earlier before the time, create a me time for myself for the sessions and prepare food earlier. Awesome, that's wonderful. And Aisha says, I will print my workbook. Awesome, great work, ladies. Okay, so let's move ahead. So the next question, actually, that's not me telling you that question. I will hand over to Shyam for that.
Yes, so the next question is my favorite question, because coaching is all about connections and we make them all the time. And the one important question to ask is, what is your why? And for example, why do I want to be a coach? Why do I want to make a positive influence in the world? And entrepreneurs who have the biggest why always has the biggest success, because they've got something that they are focused on to work forward. So think about why do you want to create $76,000 in 10 days? Think about how you will create that, if you like to generate that 76K in 10 days rather, and think about how you can achieve that and how you will show up knowing that this is a reality for you. So you also want to know what will the biggest impact be for you if you actually made the 76,000 in 10 days. And so the question I want to leave the ladies with is, and you can write down, you know, in your the notes that you're taking is, why do you want to create 76,000 in 10 days? What's your big why? Because I know for me, for myself, I wanted, you know, like I said earlier, to be here for my kids, to come out of the corporate world and to have a business here. So that was my biggest why, to leave a legacy. So what is your biggest why? And why you want to create that 76,000 in 10 days. So you can write that down. And then I think we'll move to the next question, Janine.
Yes.
Oh, do we want to give them a minute or two just to maybe
I think
write
we
down?
maybe should give them a minute or two, because I think that's a big question.
Yeah.
To write that down. So ladies, just, you know, we give you a little bit of time, because if you do things right away, it's done. And if we like postpone it for later, it might not get done. So we just give you a minute or two. And if you like, you can share in the chat.
Absolutely, yeah.
Here on Zoom, or if you're watching the replay later, then feel free to share that. Now that's so weird, all this ladies on the call and nobody's talking.
What I'll do is I'll put the question in the chat. So if you didn't get the question, or if you wanna, you know, I'll just put it there so that they can get it there as well.
That's awesome. Thank you, Xiao.
Okay.
Perfect. So the question is why do you want to create 76K in 10 days? And Aisha says, my why was always personal, financial, and time freedom. Yeah, that sounds great. Wonderful. And ladies, if you maybe can give me a thumbs up or something when you're done. So I know, like, most of you finished that question, because I don't want to stress you with moving ahead. Okay, thank you, Rizwana. I saw that. Okay, Wasima says financial independence. Yes, that's awesome. Robin, my passion has always been to help others and learn from the lessons in my life and share the solutions with others. It's an altruistic path of helping others to rise. The dollar will assist me in being able to help more people and continue with my life path. Awesome, Robin. And then Linda says, being able to invest in myself and my business development so that I'm able to make more impact in the world. Thank you for sharing. Okay, and awesome. Rizwana says, I have a nonprofit for domestic violence that will go to that program and getting shelter. Sue says, financial independence. Awesome, awesome. I see a common thread here, right? Financial independence. Awesome. Fariha says, I got inspired with successful ladies around and I thought, why not me? I want to have financial independence and leave an example for my daughter. Wow, these are all great whys. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much. And I think by now everybody is done with that question. So let's move ahead. So Fariha, I want to hand over to you.
Yes, Janine. So I would like to talk about this question. What would I do with all that money? And I've also shared it in the chat. And so I want you to be in this moment of creation with me. If you have been someone who has scratched coupons in anticipation to win a lottery, or you were hoping to inherit a large sum of money from an uncle, or perhaps if you are someone committed to making money for herself, so I invite you to close your eyes and be in this moment of possibilities with me. How am I going to spend this money? How am I going to celebrate? Will I celebrate at a high-end restaurant, or will I have a huge celebration at home with cakes and the treats from my favorite place? How will I award myself? I deserve a day at the spa, or join the yoga or Pilates class that I've always wanted to join, or perhaps a weekend at the resort. Where would I go for shopping? Buying trendy and branded clothes, shoes, jewelry, and that bag. Where would I go? Who would I spend that money on? My loved ones, people who have always been there for me, my kids, parents, sibling, friends. I would enjoy definitely walking into the dealership to buy a new car or perhaps buy a boat for my husband. Who will I share my money with? My family, friends, and the needy. What are the charities that I'm going to invest in? And what are the savings that I will make? Now, I want you to open your eyes and you can take a minute or two to write all of the things that came into your mind about the money that you are going to make through this retreat. So you can take time and write them. How will you celebrate? How will I award myself? How I will cherish my family, my husband, my children, parents, and friends who have been there for me. What will I buy? My new car. Who will I help with that money? And what investments will I make? So you can share in the chat as well if you like, or you can write it on the piece of paper that you have. Okay. So let's see if anyone has shared.
I think everybody's still busy writing down.
Yeah, that's great.
What I'll do with that money.
What vacation you will take.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, yeah, but definitely vacation. I think a self-care for myself is going to be on priority, but on the list, first on the list. But I think like all of us, and like we always say, women with money, they give more. So be more invested in giving to charities and things like that.
Yeah, we have an answer from Manija Ansari. Go away on a vacation with my kids, set up a charity to which I will donate regularly, set aside a certain amount to invest in my and my kids' health, invest in my own growth, save. Wonderful, wonderful. If anyone else wants to share, please go ahead. Well, it can be a secret as well. No one's watching. You can write anything you want to write. You can be very comfortable into writing anything that you want to write on the piece of paper that you have. And we have an answer from Tariya Tasdeeq. I will visit Turkey with my family. I will buy a car for my father, invest in my business, which I want to set up. That's wonderful. So Basima Sheikh has an answer. I will probably bypass needing and moving straight to wanting. I'd buy everything I wanted to buy, but couldn't. And giving charities as much as I want. That's wonderful. Yes, you should just go on buying whatever you want, right? No needing, moving straight to wanting. And Rizwana has written, give to my charity. Yes, definitely. Robin says, I would purchase some equipment and software that would further my ability to expand my life coaching business. Awesome, awesome. Further investment and multiplying the money. That's great. Zoo H. Ali says, invest it for my children, contribute some on charity for my late parents, help my children in their businesses. Wonderful. Mary says, I would like to make some investments that provide a return enough to set up a charity and continually donate in. Also reinvest in my business and ensure my family are secure. Wonderful. Rizwana says, stock and lead generation system. Great. We have some very motivated women and who are going to make history now. Linda says, buying my own home, new clothes, hairdresser to celebrate, donating to World Trust funds to help preserve and repair forests, buying good reading glasses for me and my friend. Wonderful. Okay. So let's move to the next question. Oh, Pam has an answer. She says, charity, get myself everything I need. Awesome. go on a holiday, get my home and car. And Basima says, since my kids are all grown up, I'll go on a trip to see other countries and learn other cultures. Awesomeness. That's true. It's pure bliss, right? Money. When smart women and spiritual women have money, the world becomes a beautiful place. So
absolutely, Fareha. That's just wonderful. Oh, and I just want to say for the ladies who are watching the replay on Facebook, put your things, if you like, in the comments. We always get inspired by each other. And I see there are some more comments come through. Helena says, I have a daughter, have deficiencies, so we'll get more services to her to learn, to be more independent, to be by herself. Awesome, awesome. Thank you all so much for sharing. That's a true inspiration. And feel free, to add to this list, because, that's so motivating to actually, keep you working on the days maybe where you don't feel that, motivated to go on. Okay, let's get to the next question. So the next question is actually, who do you serve and what is the problem that you are solving? And I'm just going to put it here in the chat, so you're going to see it here as well. So let's talk about this. So money is earned by you actually solving a problem, right? So the more problems you solve, the more money you're going to earn. So it's very important that you know who are you serving and what is the problem that you can solve. So right now, if you think, if God or the universe or whatever you like to call that big force, so if God and the universe put you in a university of transformation, what would you say that you are an expert in? You went through many experiences in your life that you could use now to help others to transform their life as well. So write down the things, maybe you already, do this, and you still can maybe add some more things to that. So think about your life, the things you went through, the downs in your life that now you can help other people with. So we're going to give you some time again. Feel free, ladies, once you have this, to put it in the chat. And it could be things that you went through with your children or your parent, what happened there, with a job you had, did you travel, life in general, marriage, divorce, are you an expat living somewhere in another country, difficult situations you had, you have a business, entrepreneurship, maybe you're an author. So write all these things down, and the question was, who do you serve and what is the problem that you solve? So I'm gonna give you some time on this. And let us know in the chat, what is it that you do and what is the problem that you are solving? Gonna give you some time. And maybe that's more difficult than spending the money, right? Or maybe not, who knows? Okay.
Spending the money is always the easiest option, Jenny.
Yeah, maybe. And the fastest. Okay, Aisha says, I'm helping newbies and people who are struggling make money online with free coaching. Awesome, Aisha. Then Manija Ansari says, I'm serving young Muslim mothers and families and hoping to solve the problem of lack of connection between parents and children and empowering them in parenting and taking their children's lives in their hands. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And that's so much needed in today's world, right? With everything that's going on, the numbers of broken relationships has just been going up. So really amazing. Okay, Linda saying, my avatar client willing to embrace change, open-minded, caring people who want to make a difference in the world. Awesome. Okay, just let me get the rest of that. Now you're all writing in the same time. Okay, let me catch up with these messages.
Do you want me to help you out there?
It's okay, it's okay. Then Wahida says, I will pay off the loans my ex-husband took out on my name, get a better working car, invest into my business. It's okay, no worries, Wahida. Anytime is a good time to still put your reply here. So Rizwana says, ladies, I have to get going, but will be active in the group and see all of you ladies there. Thank you for coming, Rizwana. And then she says, I serve sellers, buyers, investors, and in real estate, and I help my business partners across the globe, help their clients and get more business. Awesome. Wasima says, women in toxic relationships, I help them find themselves and become the person God intended them to be. I help them reconnect with their creator to be the best person he intended them to be. That's so wonderful. And then Mary says, I want to add more value and assist people regain and maintain their best versions of themselves in their families and friends' health using natural products. Awesome, awesome. Robin says, assisting others, especially women, to create a healthy, balanced, and purposeful life while realizing and maximizing their strengths. I also have strong business background, so I help businesses create streamlined processes, increase their productivity, increase their motivation, and become even more successful. Whether it be personal or professional, oftentimes it comes down to building relationships, and that is a lot of the work I do. Awesome. And then we have Helena. She says, I am Muslim, I am wellness coach in lose weight. So help people to lose weight, be healthy and in shape. Also, I help people to start business international. And I also help people to be more consistent about the potential they have inside them. Awesome. Okay, Linda, now we got the second part of your answer, which I was looking for previously, and then everybody else posted their comments. Okay, so Linda says, I solve to release obstacles to long-lasting happiness from within and fall in love with yourself and with life again. I'm all about the subconscious mind, self-love mindset, and I want to show people their power present within and that true happiness is our birthright. God wants us to live happy lives, living from the heart. My bigger vision, to co-create a world where it is safe to love each other unconditionally, including yourself. Wow, these are all amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing that with us, what you're doing and what problems you are solving. These are just amazing. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to Shyam for the next question.
Yes, thanks. And before I do the next question, I just want to say, these are such phenomenal answers. And this is why I love doing these things, because you always connect with women who really want to make a difference. And, what they can solve for other women is so important and so needed right now, like you said, Janine. And yes, so on all of that, what you can, how you can solve a problem, I want to ask my next question which is, what will happen if you do not do this, right? So if you're not going to pursue your passion of solving this problem for other women, what will happen to you? What will happen to your family? How will things work out? What will happen if you die with your dreams and you don't go forward solving these problems for other women? And, obviously what will happen to these women who really, really need your help? They need your services. They need, someone to support them and be there for them. What will happen if you don't pursue this? And, what will happen to them as well? And then also your financial situation, how will that change? What will happen if you don't do this and you stay where you are, and don't pursue your passions? And how will all of this impact what you do? If you don't do this, how will this impact you? And I know it's not an easy question, because I've gone through this myself, and for me, I do remember what happened to me before I, came into the coaching, before I came into my very first workshop. Is that what happened is that I was stuck for 25 years in corporate world, and I was unhappy. And I remember that my health was affected by this. I had burnout so many times over, it just became part of who I am, and I just accepted it, that this was what I needed to go through in order to survive. So that is the things that happened to me, not coming out and getting support and doing something that really I felt passionate about and I wanted to pursue. So for me, that is my biggest thing of why I needed to do this, and why I needed to push forward in pursuing my dreams, because I know now, I remember now what happened to me all those years of not pursuing my dreams and not serving women. So your question that I want you to answer is, what will happen if you do not do this? So the problem that you're solving, what will happen if you don't do that? And I'll read the answers. Zeus said, add more value to needy women by giving them skills to help themselves. That's awesome. Mary says it's all in the mindset. I believe we need to firstly invest in ourselves, develop our mindset, and help others to do the same regardless. Absolutely. I am a sucker for mindset things. I'm always talking about mindset, because I believe with the right mindset, you can change the world. Wahida, my stylish, modest apparel keeps women covered in cool, comfortable fabrics. In South Africa, my girls' apparel, the extra length, give parents peace of mind while they do display. The durability, about for the clothes, in all my apparel clothes can be worn for years, wash and wear. My boutique that I'll be opening will provide a platform to women who handmade products, a platform to sell their items, and this in turn will allow me to open my skills workshop for abused women and kids. Wow. That is really awesome, Waida. Thanks for sharing that. If there's anyone else that want to share, Manija, I will allow a good opportunity of growth for women to, I will allow a good opportunity of growth for young families to die. Wait, am I reading it right? I will allow a good opportunity of growth for young families to die. I won't be able to raise my children with a growth mindset, and I will be living in fear and regret. Absolutely, that's what will happen if you don't change and pursue your passion. Faria, I agree with Mary. It's in the mindset. Pursuing my dream will make me happy. I will be really happy to serve the needy. Going after my dreams will give me a sense of motivation to live for the next day. I want to do good work without taking financial help from my husband. Awesome. Elena, first we need to take decisions. This plan is going to work. For me, is a closed deal. I just have to work. I believe in my own project. For me, I made a decision and asked my creator. Awesome, Elena. Aisha says, this can't happen for me because I believe everything is possible. I lost a lot in my life a few times, but I started again. No one can stop me achieve my dreams. Absolutely, that's the attitude to have. And Wasima says, we will have so many kids who will need to be healed from their childhood. Toxic relationships is not just between husband and wife, it's parent, child, and siblings and friends, etc. Linda says, I would feel something important is missing. My journey and God-given gifts would go to waste, and that is unacceptable. I would do the world and myself a disservice by not pursuing. I would be so unhappy, and my soul would not be fulfilling her true life purpose, which is again unacceptable. Thanks, Linda, definitely. Faria, she says, to more power to you, Aisha, Shazad. And then Robin, if this doesn't happen, I would not be living my purpose, and this would impact others as well as myself. And then Wahida wanted me to repeat the last question. Okay, I'll just paste it again. So the question was, what will happen if you do not do this? So if you don't, follow your dreams and pursue the passion, or how you're solving the problem for people, what will happen if you don't do that? And then Zeus says, I will not be able to help myself emotionally and spiritually, and the women who need skills to help themselves. And then Mary says, all you ladies have such beautiful hearts. You are so amazing. I encourage each and every one of you. That's so true, Mary. And that's why I love doing what I do, as I said, because this is the kind of people you surround yourself with all the time. People who really, can make a difference. And it's just phenomenal. So thank you. Linda says as well, you ladies are so inspiring. I feel so blessed being here. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Linda. We really are blessed to have all of you ladies here. So I'll head back to Janine.
Thank you, Shyam. And it's really such a blessing to be with all of you ladies here and, to do this work and hear from you why you are doing this and what you want to achieve and why you want to earn this 76K. And, it's just amazing. And then also hearing from you what's going to happen if you don't do this, because maybe we're always in this positive mindset, I just think positive, but actually most of the people get more motivated by knowing what will happen if this is not happening. So that's why we wanted to make you think also about this as well. So thank you so much for playing full out here. So I have the last question for you right now. So thinking about all the previous questions we ask you, right? You can go look back at them again and see what you answered. And now my last question for you, I'll just put it also here in the chat. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to transform your life? So 1 is the lowest, 10 is the highest. Linda, right out of the gate, 10 plus. Awesome, Linda. Robin is a 10. Wonderful. Aisha is a 10. Wonderful ladies. We all have very committed ladies here. Sue says a 10. Pam is a 10. Wow, you ladies are on fire. Wahida, 100. Awesome. Fariha, 10. This feeling is amazing. Letitia Lee is a 10. Mary, 10 and no less. Absolutely. Helena, 10 plus. Wow, I love this. Amazing. What a beautiful energy. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing with us all of this. And yeah, so I want to wrap up this call. Actually, you have been doing a wonderful work. Manisha says 10, 10, 10. Awesome. So it's, I want to acknowledge you, first of all, for showing up on this call. It's, the preparation call, which really will truly set or has set you up powerfully for the start of the workshop with Fatima on Friday. And, who does the work will see the rewards. This is real commitment that you're seeing here. Linda says, yay, love this commitment. Absolutely, Linda. Halima says 10. Absolutely. Marie says, I agree. Wonderful. So yeah, you are doing the work, you are showing up. And really that is what we noticed in the past, that people who show up, who do the work, who are interactive, are commenting here on Zoom, turning on their cameras, be in the messenger with their community manager, they have the best results. And also they became clients who then were most successful and had the best results as well. So you are on a great track to create an amazing result in this workshop, 76K in 10 days. And we community managers, we are on your side. We really want to empower you to reach all your goals. I'm so moved to see all your comments previously, to see your why, to see who are you helping. It's so wonderful because, knowing that with the work I'm doing, I can impact you, and then you will go out and work with clients there, and it's like a ripple effect. So that's so amazing. So if you don't show up, you lose, right? So if you're not showing up on the weekend for the sessions, then you will lose out. So make sure that you are there for the live sessions. If you cannot, like maybe you're in Australia or in Malaysia, like Fariha, but she's still showing up, even if it's very late. So at least make sure that you can watch the replays and catch up with us, be in communication with your community manager, be in the comments, as we said, as there are amazing prizes to win as well. And, you know, we see over and over in our retreats, we had already so many, that everybody who shows up really gets the results. So I want to give you some homework, because as we say, if you show up, if you do the work, you get results. So I want to give you 3 things to do right now. So first of all, and I'm going to just post them as well here in the chat. So the first thing is to post your homework in the homework thread. So there's going to you know, there's always going to be a homework thread in the group. So make sure that you post your homework there. Then the second thing, and Fariha already mentioned that when she was talking about the workbook. Oh, now I made a mistake. I deleted that thing on my sheet. Okay, now it works again. Okay, so the second thing is to take a selfie with the workbook and post it inside of the group with the hashtag coaching to millions, right? So take a selfie with the workbook. If you cannot, under any circumstances, print out the workbook because you don't have a printer and you cannot find anybody who prints it out for you, then just like have the computer in your background with the workbook open, take that selfie, and that will work as well, okay? But for sure, it will be better if you can actually write in that workbook later and take all your notes. Then the last thing, if you didn't do that already, is actually to send your community manager a message via Messenger and, you know, just, yeah, connect with us. As I said already, the more you connect with your community manager, the more successful you will be. And again, if you don't know who is your community manager, especially for the people who are watching the replay on Facebook, just put in the comments, who is my community manager? And we will make sure that, you know, we find each other and we start chatting and, you know, connecting with each other. So that's it. That's your homework. That's what we have for you today. And we are all so excited for the start of the workshop on Friday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. If there is anything, as I said before, just reach out to us. We are so happy to have you here. Thank you all so much for showing up on this call. And let's see if there's any more questions. Can I post just my hands with the workbook? I don't post my face on social media. Yes, you can do that, Wahida. Yeah, and actually the group, if you want to think it over, in the group, we actually only have women, but it's totally fine to just post the workbook with your hands. Okay, the homework will be for the sessions Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it will be for that. And then Manija says, and yes, I need to find my community manager. So who is Manija's community manager?
Yeah, I am. Manija, nice to connect with you. So you're on Facebook. So you're inside the group. So you can simply ask who's my community manager, and I contact you. Or perhaps I can find you as well over there.
Awesome, awesome. Absolutely, you can do that. Great. And then, yeah, Halima says, you deleted your Facebook. So yeah, make sure you're reading all your emails. It will all be, the sessions will all be on Zoom. So make sure that you can be on Zoom at least, and you will get all the links also via Zoom, or you just can email me. That way I send you also an email out. Mary says, thank you, everyone. It has been amazing. Yes, it was wonderful. Thank you so much again, ladies, for showing up. do the work and see the results. And we will see you inside of the group. And on Friday, we are getting started. So that's it, ladies. Have a wonderful afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are. And we will see you all. Bye for now.